It's a homecoming night that some London ISD students didn't expect to spend fighting for their lives. Department of Public Safety officials saying just before 8 o'clock Friday evening, 2 ATVs crashed head-on near Chapman Ranch and County Road 57. 2 victims were taken to the hospital by ambulance or family members. One was halo-flighted, another was treated on the scene with minor injuries.
So we were in Cabo San Lucas, enjoying ourselves on an adult vacation when we got the phone call that there had been an accident back home.
It was homecoming night, Friday night, and we were waiting to go to the game, and John got a phone call from Holden Weaver, and we didn't know who it was, but he told us to all be quiet because he could tell something was very seriously wrong. And then we knew it was serious.
Yeah, Blaine just called. Seeing how he's my patient, I thought he was calling because he needed something to do with wrong with his eye, but I knew right away it was something different. He said that the boys had been in a bad wreck and that Dylan was. And Dylan was hurt seriously, so.
We didn't know much of anything for a couple of hours. We just knew that there had been an accident. We knew that it was serious, but we did not know how serious.
It was a fairly difficult scene to kind of take in because I don't think I'd ever seen anything quite like that.
We get there right as the ambulance got there. So to see the whole accident scene was, yeah, we'll never forget that.
I couldn't go to the front of the vehicle and see him because he was screaming so loud.
Sounds. Very difficult to hear.
When they got the jaws of life out, they said things could fly. So I turned my head as they were trying to cut him out. John asked if he could go hold his hands because his face was cut in half right where the bar went through his face, and they wouldn't let him near him, they wouldn't let him touch him. Braden, thankfully, was the one that was the least hurt because he needed to be the one to help everybody else. I mean, there was a reason for everything. His phone was lost, but he found it. It was shattered, but it still worked.
I start to lay down on the floor because I'm just in so much pain. He goes, no, Ava, I need you to get up. I think Holden's dead. You need to go help him. As I was holding Holden, the only thing I could do in that moment was pray. That's all I could do. I saw so many things that night that I don't wish anyone could ever see. I saw parts of my friend's brain. I saw his bone. I saw Dylan's face missing. I saw tears, blood. I saw everything that night. And one of the hardest parts about it was remembering it and being okay. Being okay. Because it was happening. What I thought was never going to happen was happening.
I was blessed that I didn't have to remember the accident and just that trauma, that I didn't have to really live through that.
It wasn't until we got home and walked into Holden's hospital room
that we knew.
That we realized how bad everything was.
Yeah.
It wasn't until then that we realized that a miracle was needed.
It's been very interesting and amazing, the community support after the accident. I'm sorry. They organized the prayer vigils, which were amazing. I could not believe the number of people that came out to pray for Ava at the hospital.
We knew we were from a wonderful community, but it really shined through immediately. Our community set up a candlelight prayer vigil that very next day, and it was incredible.
The people that came to see Ava in the hospital brightened her day. Every single friend that came, it was amazing. Her teachers that reached out. I was overwhelmed by the community support. Everybody seemed to feel God's presence through the accident.
And I was blessed. I felt it. I felt all the prayers that everybody was praying.
I mean, there was just so many things that God would tell us along the way that I know it's bad, but it could have been so much worse. You know, and just watching Holden's recovery was such an inspiration to us.
But it's also taught us a lot of lessons, and it has a lot of good stuff about it too. It's brought us a lot closer to God.
We just really knew that we had to, all we did know how to do was pray and pray some more, and really just lean into our faith. And
the power of prayer is like nothing else.
Yes, the power of prayer is like nothing else. So.
And how we couldn't have done it without our faith. It's led us to where we are now.
I'm blessed. Blessed for sure. Somebody was watching over us.
I've seen how they have saved me, and I know that the good Lord and His Holy Son, Jesus Christ, have a huge, strong love for me because they saved me for the accident.